Joining us now is Jim Matheson, CEO of the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, an organization that represents more than 900 rural power companies, which provide electricity to 42 million Americans. Jim, thank you so much for joining us. What are some of the dangers of blackouts like this across American cities, and what parts of the country are most at risk for blackouts this summer?
Well, you mentioned the extreme heat, and so this can be life-threatening if people do not have electricity, cannot run their air conditioning systems. We've experienced it already in this country in past summers, and this summer looks like there's greater risk based on that report you just mentioned. You know, the areas that are highest risk seem to be the upper Midwest, Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, and also sort of the western half of the country. There's a lot of drought, hydroelectric production is reduced, and so there's lower supply in that part of the country as well. So those would be the areas that the highest risk for this summer.
Yeah. So climate change was cited in that report as well as a reason for those potential rolling blackouts. And we're already seeing dangerous temperatures before the official start of summer. Extreme drought, as you mentioned, in parts of the western U.S. And forecasters are also warning of active wildfire season in the western U.S. So how much can switching to solar, wind, and water energy sources mitigate the need for blackouts in the future potentially?
Well, it's a question without an easy answer, because part of the problem for us having not enough capacity is we're already shutting down fossil fuel plants in this country, coal, natural gas. We've also shut down some nuclear plants, which are carbon free. So you're shutting down this supply that's reliable, that you can turn on anytime, 24 hours a day, because it's projected that we're shifting to a lower carbon future. But the renewable energy hasn't replaced that capacity in a timely way. It's not the same type of capacity because the wind doesn't blow 24 hours a day and the sun doesn't shine. And so we have to have a more thoughtful approach here about how we go about any type of transition in how we make electricity in this country. It's the old cliche, when you find yourself in a hole, the first step is to stop digging. We're already having troubles here in summer of 2022. I'm worried about 23, 24, 25, when more of our reliable baseload plants are shut down around this country. You're going to have less reliable generating capacity, and demand's going to continue to go up.
Okay, so on that note, last April, the U.S. did set a target to create a carbon pollution-free power sector by 2035. So do you think that's an attainable goal, or is it too ambitious? And what more can be done then if it is too ambitious?
It's clearly too ambitious. It's going to put the grid at great reliability risk if public policy made that happen. Let's remember, we're also looking at decarbonizing the rest of our economy, including the transportation sector. Think back to the Super Bowl a few months ago where all the commercials are about electric vehicles. We got to be generating more electricity in this country if we're going to do that. And we're talking about reducing our reliable supply of generating capacity. That doesn't work. So if you want to make meaningful carbon reduction economy-wide, this rapid effort to take the electricity sector all the way down to zero isn't a good idea. I don't think it's technologically feasible. I think it puts the rest of our economy at risk because we're electrifying more of our economy in the future. Policymakers need to understand that there's a pragmatic and practical way to go about doing this. Zero by 2035, I don't think it makes sense.
All right. Well, hoping that all those folks in those areas that you mentioned do have a backup plan for this summer in case of those rolling blackouts. Jim Matheson, CEO of the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, thank you so much for your expertise today.
Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate it.